Cynthia time to make a short message or even a presentation.
Thank you, Congressman. You're very lucky that you have a congressman who is such avid proponent for nuclear. Maybe you don't go back and alam. I also try to speak in English out of respect to our sister from Argentina. I can also speak in Spanish, but anyways, Congressman Tumaco is the only foreigner who has been granted an award by the American Nuclear Society. Alam niyo ba yun? So, that's a very, very high honor because the American Nuclear Society is an organization, not government. So that shows they appreciate the knowledge that the Congressman has. He's not only a proponent of the law, he's a real student and expert in that field. Mama, I would have wanted to show some aspects. Kung may tanong po dun sa form, dahil pag-usapan natin mamaya ng aspects. Geologist po siya. But then, I can also talk about nuclear itself, kung bakit, ano pagkakaiba ng nuclear system. Hindi ko na alam kung nuclear.
Kapit na ba yung...
Anyway, ang isa, one important thing po, dalawang konsepto lang dapat natin may detail sa nuclear, no? The first concept is called energy density. Kasi po, nuclear as compared to all other sources, ano bang other sources of energy natin? Coal, gas, coal has nuclear has 4 million times energy than all the rest. 4 million times. So isipin nyo, kung nagdadrive kayo ng kotse, yung kotse mo, ang gasolina ay, yung high octane. So, importante po kasi it's very important to understand what is energy density. Because if you're running gasoline, anong gusto nyo? Mas mataas, di ba? Pero mas mahal siya. But it's only about 97% versus 94%. Not the difference. Ito, 4 million times. And why is that? It's because of the famous Einstein equation, E is equal to mc squared. Anyway, kasi ang energy na dahil is coming from the nucleus of the atom instead of the electrons. When you burn coal, when you burn gas, you're only dealing with electrons, oxidation. When you go to the nucleus, it's 4 million times. Okay. So, anyway, so that's one. Second, nuclear is available 93% of the time. Yung tinatawag na capacity factor availability. Solar is available how much percent? In the world, about 30%, Philippines 20%. Can you have solar in this kind of weather now? No. In the past days. So if we rely on solar, we will not have electricity for the past few days. Because of the typhoon. Ito yung isang reaction ko para sa ganito po, ang hindi alam ng mga tao that solar power is nuclear power. Alam niyo po kung bakit? Saan ang gagaling ang solar? Sa sun. What is the energy driving the sun? It's nuclear fusion. That's nuclear power. Kaya nga malayo siya, 90 million kilometers away. But it is, so solar power is nuclear power from a long distance. Wind power is also nuclear power indirectly. Why? Because the wind, where does the wind come from? It comes from two places. The heat delivered by the sun from the atmosphere, the heated wind will circulate, causing the wind, and then plus the rotation of the earth. The rotation of the earth is not coming from nuclear, but the delivery of the heat. So indirectly, wind and solar are both nuclear power. So nuclear power is really renewable. So people who say, magsasabi na ay, why don't we have wind and solar instead of nuclear? They don't know what they're talking about. Because all of that is nuclear. The beauty of nuclear, you're taking it not from 90 million kilometers away, but you can put it right in this town. But you have to protect it because of the 4 million times the energy. Alam niyo po ba, the very first, sino nakapanood na ng Oppenheimer? The movie. You've seen the movie Oppenheimer, right? It's easy to make a bomb. But to be able to get that energy and make it useful is the real challenge. And the guy who did that is an admiral, Admiral Hyman Rickover. He used the nuclear energy to power submarines. The problem with submarines, they're powered by diesel and batteries. When the diesel runs out, you have to go to the surface. Pwede silang tirahin doon sa surface. So sabi ni Rickover, why don't you make an engine using nuclear power? But he had no model before that. So ang galing talaga ni Hyman Rickover, he was able to capture the energy, put it into an engine, exactly the first small modular reactor, and then protect the sailors that are inside. Imagine, you're in a ship, you cannot escape, and sasabi mo yung nuclear power plant. And the nuclear power plant in the submarine allows it to remain under the ocean for years.
Surface anymore.
Don't surface anymore, but they have naubos na lang yung pagkain nila, nabuang na lang kasi they needed to nandun pa rin yung power. The first nuclear power plant in the world by using submarines. The nuclear plants on the surface were based on the design of nuclear submarines. How many submarines, nuclear submarines are there in the world? America has about 210, Russia has a similar number, 250. But Russian submarines have 2 reactors. So 400 plus 200, plus sabihin natin China, 700 reactors under the ocean. How many reactors now are in the surface of the Earth? 417. America has 94 reactors. Average age 60 years, mas matanda pa doon sa Bataan Nuclear Plant. So, 700 plus 400, more than 1,000 nuclear reactors are in the Earth now. Supplying 10% of the world's energy, 10%. But because climate change, by the way, nuclear reactors have no emissions. Walang binubuga yan. Ikaw sa nuclear plant. Kung may binubuga yung nuclear reactors, patayin mo na doon sa atin. So, okay, let's think about that. So when you explain to your children, to your neighbors, to your friends, what nuclear is, a concentrated power made safe by almost 67 years experience. Why will you not use that power? Now, ang gusto nila paliitin. These are called small modular reactors. But the first reactors were not small modular, but high uranium content. Yun po yung sabi. In a nuclear plant, civilian, the uranium content is from 3 to 5%. With submarine, about 90%. Top secret. Okay. That's it. So, but that's important for you to point it out. And then, because the energy density, one problem, hindi nyo lang ako kasi pag matapos na pero may mga tanong kayo, but maybe you don't get this kind of language anywhere. One of the problems that we have in nuclear is this. Pag sinabi mong nuclear, anong nasa isip? Bomb. Diba? Bomb. Because of many movies. Look at these movies. All of these movies have nuclear nuclear, ang kontrabida mga nuclear, how can you fight against Tom Cruise? Diba? So I was just saying before, maybe we should get Manny Pacquiao, you know, Manny Pacquiao for nuclear, kind of condition. Anyway, so that's the issue. Okay, ito na lang, ano? A large amount of energy. So, that's it. Nuclear 4 million times. Which means that one small element contains is equal to 1 ton. Ito na lang ang pag-usapan natin. Ibig sabihin, may ways na napakaliit. So, energy density. Then second one, ito importante, capacity factor. Nuclear is 92% available. Pag bagyo lahat, umaandar pa rin nuclear mode. Ang solar power nandito, 20%, sa Pilipinas, 20% lang yan. Ang mahal kong kuryente, the expensive power, is what you replace your solar power. Murang, libre ang solar, pero pag wala si solar sa gabi, yung kapalit niya ay mahal. Yan ay diesel, yan ay ito mahal po siya. Yan po, tingnan niyo, capacity factor ng taas na sa nuclear, ang solar ng napakababa sa bagyo lang. Ang problema pa natin, ilang bagyo ang pumunta sa Pilipinas every year? 20 plus. Ibig sabihin, bawat bagyo, wala tayong kuryente. So, yun po. Ayan, sinabi ko na yung 400 feet. Tapos ito, very simple lang. Pasensya na lang, maybe within the kaya ko sa kay in front of these two experts. Pablo is a real nuclear expert. He was also a regulator in the UAE, and of course, Congressman Ruangco knows more than me in terms of nuclear, a lot more than me. And then, anyway, so with your indulgence, na-interview na lang. Pero ito kasi importante. O paano ba yung, ito, ganyan, napakasimple po ng nuclear power plant. Nandun yung patient sa control pressure vessel mo. Tapos, yung tubig, kukulo, ina-transfer into steam generator, yung steam papatakbo ng turbina. Tapos, ganito yan, ano? Dahil tubig yung moderator niya, kailangan mag-containment structure. Kasi pag nauusan tubig, pwede ka magkaroon ng tinatawag na loss of cooling accident o meltdown. Ang konkreto, sinasabi ni Committee Kong kanina, bago ka nagawa ng nuclear plant, ilang bilyon ang gagasusin mo ng konkreto. Containment structure is very expensive, up to 60% of the cost of the nuclear plant. Ganyan na po yan. So, anyway, so, ano ko na doon. Ayan, ito, importante po ito. Si Naramco, nagtatayo ng 3,500 megawatts na solar. Nandiyan lang sa tabi ninyo, na Baisihan. 3,500 megawatts na solar plant. Nakatayo sa 3,500 hectares because 1 hectare is needed to produce 1 megawatt. Saan kukunin yung lupa kung magsasolar ka? Paano yung mga tanim nyo? Pwede mo may tumubo sa ilalim ng solar plant? Ayun, i-multiply mo yung 3,500 hectares ng capacity factor at 20%. Yung 800 lang yan. So kailangan nila ng baterya napakalaki. Ang mahal, ang baterya ba ay mura o mahal? Mahal. Napakamahal. Bakit? Magkano ang baterya ng kotse nyo? 10,000? 6,000? Ganun, di ba? Pang-start lang yan. Ayun, may sino may electric vehicles dito? Ang problema, okay mga electric vehicles. Ang issue lang dyan, ang pag-charge. Sinasabi ko po ito, tingnan niyo ito ganyang kadami. Yung Batato Nuclear Plant, kung i-rehab na 60 billion, ang cost nito ng solar 200 billion. So kung yung nagsasabi na kailangan ng maraming solar, hindi sinasabi ko. Si Meralco, gumastos ng 200 billion sa solar nila. Sabi nila, hindi kasya. Kaya nga si Meralco ngayon ay gustong mag-nuclear. The number one company who wants to mag-nuclear is MDF and Meralco. So, bakit tayo kailangan mag-nuclear? Kasi sobrang mahal na kuryente. Right? Per capita. And then, 60% of our coal, of our energy comes from coal. Imported po yung coal sa Indonesia, 90%. Hawak tayo sa leeg ni Indonesia, sabi ni Indonesia. Indonesia, ayaw na namin magbenta ng coal sa inyo, patay tayo. Okay? Right? And then, Malampaya gas, paubos na. We're depleting, and then, hindi tayo makapag-drill kasi kinilin na ng mga insect. Yung ating hanggang, ano sa atin yun, di ba? Kung totoo ang sinasabi ng insect, pag mag-swimming kayo sa Labrador, 10 meters, nasa China ka na. Yung kanilang 10 dash line. Tapos back up. Sobra talagang mahal ng ating kuryente. Ito nga sinasabi ng Con kanina. Ang median Filipino family, merong rep. Gumagastos ka ng 2,000, 3,000 kuryente. Kung inuwi mo ka ng 30,000, 10% of your take-home pay is being spent on electricity. If you use this metric, it's very expensive. Sa US po, less than 1%. Tanungin ninyo yung mga relatives yung nasa abroad. Kung ilang porsyento na kanilang inuwing pera nagagastos sa kuryente. Sobrang parusa po yung mahal na kuryente. Ayan, tingnan nyo. Kaya nga pag dumating ng electric bill, nanlulumo yung mga tao. Tama ba ito o hindi? Hindi. They say, and then, here is, ito ba yun ang plano? Ako'y matanda na. Mark, he looks much younger than me, but he's slightly older. Here is the problem. Tinanong ko na, no? This is the plan. Yan po si Secretary Garin. This is the plan of energy consumption for the Philippines. 2022. Karamihan ko, natural gas. Walang nuclear. Walang nuclear. Pag 2040, meron pa rin coal. Mag-import pa rin tayo ng coal. Tapos magsisimula na raw ng nuclear. Pero ang nakakatakot ko dito, tingnan niyo po yung wind. 140 coal. That is offshore wind. Ipaplastar yan sa dagat. Ito ba nakakatakot o hindi? 144 terawatts of offshore wind. Anong problema dito? May bagyo. Tapos, isa pa, 88. Sobrang laki nitong dalawang ito doon sa nuclear. Tama kasi po, ang gusto niya magkaroon ng maraming nuclear. Pinitipid po ng DOE yung gusto nila sa nuclear. Bakit? Kasi ang nagkukontrol ng kuryente natin ay sino? Mga oligarch. Buitis. Saan nanggagaling yung secretary natin? Dati, Lupilia, galing yan sa Buitis. Si Garin, galing San Miguel. May-ari ng mga coal plants. Kaya, iipitin nila yung nuclear kasi pinoprotektahan yung kanilang mga principles. Walang pakialam kung nagdudusa mga tao sa mga kuryente. Basta lang, paproteksyonan yung interes ng kanilang mga principles. Tama ba hindi? Yan. Kung magsalita ka ng ako, nakalan ako sa papaw, okay lang, paritara rin po ako. Pero nakakainis, kaya kong bayaran yung kuryente ko, pero yung mga nila yung tao. Diba? Kasi itong Mark, mayaman yan, pero at least, is concerned about, this is the biggest problem really, yan po talaga. Ngayon, okay, itong small modular reactor, pinililiit lang yung reactor niya. Gagawin niya malaki, gagawin lang sa maliit. Yung ikapagkakasya ito, tapos pwede mo siyang ikarga, ay sandali lang, ito pala. Can the Philippines handle nuclear? This is, I invite you to be a time in the, to visit us. This is our small research reactor at PNRI. This is the world's first subcritical reactor based on nuclear fuel. Invented, designed, built by Philippine scientists. And the designer is a woman, this lady. Okay? Albi. Okay, so when people say, can we handle nuclear? Yes, we have this. It's the only running nuclear facility in the country right now. It's not for power, but for experiments. Okay, yan po, this is the reactor. Kaya natin yan. Please visit us so you can see this reactor. Okay? Yeah. So itong SMR, pinagmamalaki nila, why you like it? Kasi pwede na may karga yan. Manufacturer, ikakarga mo, tapos plug and play. Okay? Tapos ito pa, maliit na reactor. Ang dami na, may coal plant pa dito sa Pangasinan. Suwal. Diba? Okay. Ang suwal, maraming dulugugan carbon dioxide yan. Ang sabi nila, kung palitan natin yung boiler na yan, ang isang maliit na small modular reactor, wala kang coal pero nandiyan yung lahat. Okay ba itong planong to? Ilan bang coal plants ang nasa Pilipinas sa buong mundo? Ang dami-dami. Kung palitan mo lang yung boiler ng isang maliit na reactor, high temperature gas reactor yan, you will. But this is still not yet ready. Ano ba yan? Still being designed. Okay? Yung small modular reactors, kalitin nyo na yan. May overhype niyan kasi may 150 designs. Pero, wala pa. Dadalawa lang ang umaandar. Yung HCGR sa China sa Russia. Isang research reactor. Yan ang sabi ko. Too many PowerPoints, too few power plants. Kasi wala eh. Yung kakailanganin ng maliit na reactor, isang rawin. Okay? So tama rin si Pong. Yung malaking reactors, mas economical. At saka safe siya. By the way, sino magagaranti ng safety ng reactors? Ang magagaranti po ng safety yung regulator, kami po yun. Alam niyo po ba, bawat reactor, each reactor will have 2 inspectors. I don't know what it is in Argentina. In America, each reactor has 2 resident inspectors. If there's something wrong with that plant, they can tell the manager to stop. Ang coal plant, walang ganyan. The coal plants self-report to the DOE. The nuclear plant has 2 independent inspectors. So who will guarantee the safety? If you have a nuclear plant in your Labrador, there will be someone living in that ward. So who will report to the PhilAtOm? That guarantees the safety. That's why, thanks to the bill of Congressman Mark, the PhilAtOm has to be independent. Hindi pwedeng under yan ng DOE kahit ang gusto ng DOE. Pwede sabihin, oh, paandalit yung nuclear kasi mag-program na tayo. Sabi ng inspector, boss, may problema. Delikado kasi 4 million times nga. Pag nagka-accident, hindi pwede. Kaya dapat. So regulations keep nuclear safe. And independent regulators as stipulated in the law has kept that. Thank you, Congressman Mark, for passing this bill just for that safety point. 20 years na po pinaglalaban yung batas na yan. Alam niyo nung nilalabas pa yan, gusto nung DOE secretary, dapat lagyan ng board nandun ang DOE sa taas. Bakit mo lalagyan ng DOE sa taas? Kaya nga independent eh. Ang laki po ng paglalaban para matapos na yan. Okay? So, kailangan ng operator, but anyway, ano po ng iba. Ito yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina. Dapat gumawa sila ng simitong po dito sa Pataw, ito si Recover. Kasi siya nga nagsabi nung, the first nuclear reactors nilagay sa submarines. Yung Russia, 2. So, 210 nuclear submarines plus 250, 500 sa Russia, 2. So, mga 700 reactors in nuclear submarines in the world now. Maybe China. So, 700, 800 reactors under the ocean. Have you heard of accidents? They reported their accidents. But anyway, plus 400. So 800 plus 1,200 reactors in the world right now. So why do they say it's unsafe? America's 94. Ito, America's 94 reactors supplying 20% of electricity. Kung unsafe, then why does America allow this to happen? And in fact, President Trump wants it to have a quadruple. Kasi nahuli na po ng Amerika, they stopped constructing in the 70s. Nahuli na sila. China now is building 40 nuclear plants. 40. May ibang bansa, tigil-tigil isa. China is building very good reactors, very safe reactors, but you cannot deal with it because of politics. Anyway, ito nga, yan. Sabihin nyo, baka mangyari yung Fukushima. Gusto nyo bang malaman kung ano nangyari sa Fukushima at saka kung bakit hindi pwede mangyari sa atin ito? Kasi, ganito yan. Ito yung reactor mo. Okay, pressure vessel. Dapat may tubig yan palagi. Nung naglindol sa Fukushima ng magnitude 9, by the way, naglindol pa lang doon sa may buko, di ba? 6.9 yun. Walang magnitude 9 na earthquake na nangyayari sa Pilipinas. Bakit? Because the strength of the earthquake is proportional to the contiguous length of the fault. Kung ang fault mo ay tuloy-tuloy, malaki yung ma-accumulate na stress. Ang fault natin ay segmented, putol-putol. So yung stress na ma-accumulate, si North Zambales fault na nandito, hindi yan ganyan kahaba. Okay? Ang bawal lang, sabihin ko niya mamaya, bawal ka magtayo doon sa fault mismo, pero pwede kang wala sa fault, ganyan fault, pero pag tinabi mo, you can design it. Anong nangyari sa Fukushima? Okay. Lindol naman isang time. Hindi nasira ang planta. Ang rating ng Fukushima plant is only 0.117. Ang ating Batanover plant is 0.4. Mas malakas 3 times yung Batanover plant sa Fukushima. Okay? Tapos, in-insert nila yung control rights. So, tapos na yung fission. Kaya nga mainit pa yung core. Kailangan padaanan ng tubig para yung kotse natin may radiator. Diba? Pero yung tutulak doon sa radiator, yung tubig, ay diesel engines. Nilagay yung diesel engines sa basement. Kaya nagka-tsunami. Binaha ang basement. So wala ngayon ng tubig. Meltdown na nangyari. Tapos marami kang tubig, yung zirconium gas. Alam niyo po yung sa chemistry natin, electrolysis, water breaks down into oxygen and hydrogen. Kanya nangyari dito na puno ng hydrogen yung planta. Hydrogen isang So ang nangyayari sa Fukushima is a hydrogen explosion at a nuclear explosion. Bakit hindi mangyayari sa Pilipinas yan? Number one. But a nuclear plant elevation is 18 meters. Yung tsunami, 15 meters. At saka ngayon, igagaranti mo na hindi talaga mababaha yung diesel engines mo. Lahat ng nuclear sa buong mundo, ginagawa po yun. So, protected tayo sa tsunami. Kaya nga sabi ni Kong kanina, hindi pwede maglagay pag malapit sa Dalampasigan. Pero pag nasa taas, dito, pwede. Okay? So, ngayon sabi niya, ang isang pwede mong gawin, instead na gagawa ka ng building, ay balutin mo yung fuel dito mga material na ito para hindi siya matutunan na ito yung tawag ng triso. Yeah. Pag meron pag humano, walang meltdown. So kailangan marami ng ganyan. Ang problema na wala ako sa pinyo. Pero skip ko na lang po yan. China meron ng ganyan, Japan meron ng. Tapos ito, tingnan niyo ito ha. Pag gagawa ka ng search ngayon sa Google search, ganito yung kailangan mong energy. So pag gagawa ka ng AI Google search 10 times, gusto niyo ba ng mga chat GPT? Ha? Yung mga anak ninyo, yung TikTok, ang laki ng consumption yan. So kailangan talaga ng kuryente. Alam niyo, may nagsabi na yung Batanlucasan, gawin daw na siyang data center. What a stupid idea. Kailangan ng energy ng data center. Ba't di mo buhayin nuclear plant to supply water? I mean, water to supply the energy. Yan po yung problema dyan. Tapos, anyway, pakita ko na sa inyo, no? Kasi yung America is now desperate to fast-track the nuclear reactors. You know, this is only last a month and a half ago. Yung new research reactor niya, sabi ni President Trump, bilisan yan. Okay, bilisan yan kasi kailangan na natin. And then one of them is this company, Ballard, that is research agreement. I'll just skip this. Ito yung isang company na gusto gumawa ng price reactor sa atin. Okay? Research reactor dito. Anyway, skip ko yan, pero tapos tinapos na nila yun, ayan po, yung fuel niya, ayan o. Parang munggo na kapagod, munggo size. Tapos, hindi yan, anong tawag dyan, hindi yan mag-meltdown. Okay? Tingnan nyo daw, ito yung ginawa nilang reactor in 10 months. Ginawa nila sa California yan, uulitin sa Pilipinas. Graphite, moderated. Ang fuel niya is helium. Ganyan lang yung size, mga 30. Maliit lang muna, 110 kilowatt. But they'll build a 30 megawatt. So within 2 years, meron tayong reactor na ito doon sa amin. Kaya bang gawin ito sa Pilipinas? Yes. Mahirap lang yung machine na sa ngayon, di ba? Pero kaya-kaya gawin. Hindi po PowerPoint yan. Tapos na yung reactor sa independent sensing kasi masyadong mahal ito dito sa US. So, nilaunch po yan last year. Nandun ako sa pag-launch nila. Anyway, ito naman yung reactor ng Japan. Kung nakakatawa sa Japan, kasi meron na sila ng reactor na ganyan, 1998 pa. Hininto nila because of Fukushima. It's called the high temperature thermal reactor. Tapos ang ginawa nila, hininto nila yung control rods, hininto nila yan. Tapos, amazingly, hindi natunaw. So this is a very safe reactor. Walang meltdown. Hindi pa rin mangyari Fukushima. So, kung gagawa ka ng reactor, pabibili lang ng reactor maliit sa tomato kasi walang meltdown. Pero safe din po yung malaki. At saka mas economical yung malaki. Wala tayong problema doon. So, i-skip ko lang itong maraming ito. Tapos, gusto ko lang magsalit. Ayun pa. Nakita ko lang ito ng isang araw. No? Yung mga gusto ng solar at saka ng nito. These are the number of hurricane landfalls in the whole world. Anong pinakamarami? Philippines. Maganda tayo magaling eh. Mga flood control at saka mga saka typhoons. Then you imagine 24 and you're going to be putting solar power and then wind. The solar plants. Tingnan yung nangyari. Tingnan ako yung nangyari yung ginawa ng ginawa ni Baralco yan sa Nueva Ecija. Pag tumama yung bagyo doon. Nakapag-saranggola yung mga yun. Now, a few words about this plant, which I like very much. Itong bataan, binayaran na dito. South Korea, its operator started, but it's being held by a loss. May ginawa ko ng study. Gano'n ba kamura ang kuryente dyan? Meron kaming scientist, itong ginawa niya. Ang tawag, levelized water electricity studies. Ito yung mga iba-ibang nuclear yun na bago. Itong red na yan ay yung Bataan Nuclear Plant Rehabilitation. Pinakamurang kuryente ng mga galing kasi yari na kasi yung planta. Aayusin mo na lang. Bakit ayaw itong gawin? Ito pong dapat alaman nyo. Ano? Pag pinasa ng PNPB, ang fuel kakasa sa isang jeep, malaki. Ang cost $30 million. Tatagal ng isang kalahati taon, 18 months. If this were a coal plant, 620 megawatts, it will require 50 Panamax ships. A Panamax ships is 50,000 tons. Importation cost is $800 million. So even if you spent 1 or 2 billion that we have, you would have recovered the cost in 2 years. Kailangan pa bang i-memorize yan? Hindi ko maintindihan bakit ayaw ng gobyerno 800 million versus 50 million. Ay nako, no? Ngayon, I'll show you the plants. This is the plant in Slovenia. Exact model po ng ating planta. Slovenia, anong population ng Slovenia? Slovenia has 2 million people. 2 million people! Ilang pa population ng Pangasinan? Over 3. Sipin mo mas maraming tao sa Pangasinan. Slovenia has...
Close to 6.
So, Slovenia 6 million.
No, we are 6.
6 million here. 6 million. Slovenia 2 million. May meron silang local home seats pa. And Melania Trump comes from. And then here one, the second one, na binisita ko. Yung sa South Korea, Korea 2. 40 years na tumatakbo and they are about to relicense this again. It's not nakakaiyak yung mga planta, but the really sad thing is you, after driving past Busan, when you see this, hundreds of manufacturing plants close to Korea 2 and other local plants, you don't know what's there. Almost 1 hour ka nag-drive, what's there? Hyundai is there. All of those plants are there. In the 1980s, our economy was bigger than South Korea. This is what we lost when we didn't operate the Madani like that. And I can't understand why they don't want to start nuclear again. No? Alright. Tapos ito. Now, they say, oh, you cannot construct nuclear plants because there are many earthquakes. That is our own earthquakes and faults are exclusionary only if you cannot build on the fault itself. But if you're building a certain distance, you can engineer it. What you cannot build, you cannot build close to a volcano because there's no solution to a volcano. Wala namang vulkan po sa Pangasinan, di ba? So itong mga disasters sa Philippines, marami tayong typhoons, the most number, 20 typhoons a year. We have volcanoes, we have tsunami, earthquakes, floods, landslides. You're not part of this politics. Politicians are not exactly, but not marketing. Actually, flood control. Ang pinakamahirap na tractors. Tractors sila. May fault ba dyan sa Batanlupi? Kasi may nagsabi may fault daw. Ito kasi, kaya kaibigan daw, may fault sa lupaw. Renowing yan, dinaretso, tinaman natin na doon DLTP. Yan po ay in-extend lang. Ngayon, may fault ba dyan sa Batanlupi? Wala po. Fake news. 40-year-old fake news. Okay, bakit? Here is the fault map of the walls. Here is Batanlupi. There's no fault for the TV walls. Okay? If you notice, dito sa atin, ayun, meron ka ng isa balance fault. Ayan. Meron ka lang tayong fault dito. Okay? Pero yun nga, basta wala ka lang doon sa fault, pwede pa. Okay? Ang ginawa namin,
Ito lang yung sinabi mo ha, huwag lang pumatong sa fault.
Yes.
Pwedeng magkabila ng fault, huwag ka lang sa ibabaw.
yes, exactly wrong. Because if it's, you can engineer that, as what Congressman said in Japan. Yun niya yung Diablo Canyon, nandun mismo sa fault, they can still engineer it. So, huwag kayong matakot na magtayo dito kahit may fault kasi aalamin namin kung nasaan ang fault at saka hindi mo yung gagawin yung planta ko. In fact, ito ang ginawa ko po yan, pinaligiran ko po yung planta, meron kang resistivity sa yung radon line. Yung radon, importante kasi yan eh. If there's a fault, the radon gas, sisingaw siya, nalidetect siya. The only data I'll show you is this. Sorry. Ito yung itong radon gas. Meron kami active fault na nakita dyan malapit sa Ortigas. Ang tawag sa fault na yan actually, West Marikina ba? Ako nagpangalan sa fault na yan noong 1987. Pinalitan yung pangalan kasi nagreklamo si Mayor Bayani Fernando, bakit Marikina ang nasa pangalan? Hindi lang naman kami ang tinatamaan. Ang sabi ko, Marikina Valley, hindi naman Marikina eh. So tinanong ni Philbox yung pangalan, kaya ngayon ang tawag sa fault, West Valley Fault. Hindi ilang pang valley sa Pilipinas. Ako po yung pangalan niya 1987, so sabi nila, it's my fault daw. Pinagdam po sa akin. Tapos ganito, paano naman yung vulkan? Okay, itong polo na ito yung mga active na vulkan, no? So pumunta dito mas matanda. Nandito po si Mount Natin, halos 1 million, 700,000 years. Alam niyo po ba ito? Laguna Libay. Nanggaling na kayo sa Manila? Siyempre. Alam niyo yung Laguna Libay? Alam niyo yung adobe sa Kamanilaan? Ang adobe sa Kamanilaan galing sa Laguna Libay eruption 20,000 years ago. Hindi nga alam ng taong vulkan yan eh. And Laguna Libay is younger than Mount Natin. So it's really not a problem. And the second, last test. If there is an active volcano, in 10 to 15 kilometers, there are small earthquakes. This is Pinatubo, the earthquakes. This is in Natin, nothing. So that volcano is really dead. It was just used by the Korea administration. Kasi ginito nila yung planta, kailangan nilang kumuha ng excuse. May fault daw, at saka meron daw na volcano. Ginawa pang sangkalan ng geologist. I'm a geologist. I feel bad. Kasi parang tanga kaming wala kaming ginawa. It was a political decision. not a scientific decision. And for here, make sure that the nuclear plant being started is based on science, not based on political fears. That's why I appreciate Congressman Tumango's approach. Let's tingnan natin in transparency. Walang taguan. Okay? You know, that plant was our senior losses in that island, yung BNPP. We were paying $180,000 in interest. Fully paid po yan. And then, nung time ni Ramos, sorry, tagapangasinan siya, ang dami power plant, they gave emergency powers, and then, yun, yung independent power producers, pinapasok na rin yan din, patpat ko rin. So, yun po yung kwento ng Bataan Nuclear Plant. Huwag naman natin, kaya sabi nga niyo po, Mark, sana buhayin na yan, kasi pinakamabilis yan eh. 4 years, kaya ng buhayin yan. Bakit tatayo ka ng bago mga 7-8 years. Right, 7 or 8 years. Although the UAE plant was 5 years, right? 2 years. But Koreans are enjoying. By the way, Pablo, just look at this, huh? UAE is one of the richest countries in the world in oil. They have 4 brand new large nuclear plants. Think about it, an oil-rich country with nuclear power plants. Why? Tapos tayo, a poor country with nuclear plant na hindi pinaandar. Wow! So, ayan, ito ngayon yung albalan. Ito yung sa PBOX, yung standards daw, ang hazard state natin. Tayo mas marami ito, nag-ramps and stuff. Yan yung mga natin ito, brand nito ha. So, nandito kasi, citing criteria, maraming meetings. Survey muna. Ito, pag gagawa ka, magpapatayin ka kung itong susunod dito. Dapat kung din yan, hydrology, periodical. So, hindi na lahat ng mga, hindi ba papasaya? Sino magre-require po ito? Yung pilato. Kami. Kahit na kaibigan ko si Mark, Congressman Mark, hindi pwedeng palampasin niya, hindi niya rin gusto ipalampas siya. It has to pass. Okay. But if it satisfies the requirements, why not? But safety dictates that it doesn't run independently. So let's just look at some of these. Yan, ground rupture. Nangyari sa Masbate. Ito nangyari. Some of these. Now, to show you some. Ito yung ating map ng Philippines. Ito yung mga faults. By the way, the one that happened in Cebu is a hidden fault here, not on the fault prints. It's a strike slip fault by lateral. Ito yung nangyari yun. What area has no fault? And then the earthquakes, all sorts, ayan. So if you use this, people will say, oh my God, you're going to construct nuclear plant in the Philippines. This is all the epicenters, so including the very small earthquakes. So it looks scary. But here, you cannot put the nuclear plant in the fault because if this moves, that building is like that. Mahahati siya. Hindi pwede. So, pero, if you put it some distance, no problem. Okay? For example, you can also do trenching to see kung may fault ka, how long has the fault moved. Okay? So we can do that here. It hasn't been done yet to see just how, when did it move. So what you want to do, here's the fault. This one, no. The formation zone, 5 meters, but then the rest, you can put the fault. You can put the fault? No, you can put, sorry, apologize. You can put the nuclear plant. Thank you. So, 2 kilometers daw ang distance of Sinula, 2 kilometers. Let's see, kung papasahin sa inyo. Ngayon, ito kasi yung mga ground shading. By the way, kung bibili kayo ng lupa sa Maynila, advice lang. Huwag kayong bibili doon sa reclamation. Kasi yung reclamation, I'll show you, will be subject to what we call, by the way, ito yung intensity square. Yung sa MOA. Nakapunta na ba kayo sa MOA? Pumunta na kayo doon sa MOA. Pansin niyo ba? Mga galaw-galaw. Hindi ko alam bakit pinayagan pa ng mga tent. Ayoko mag-meeting doon eh. May meeting. Sabi ko, pwede ba sa Quezon City? Huwag kayong bibili doon kasi the last earthquake that has hit Manila is 1968. And there are very few people in this room who was born at that time.
Rumi Tower.
That's a Rumi Tower earthquake. The epicenter was in Casiguran, Quezon. How many buildings have been built since 1968? 100
100,000 acres. And many of them, if they follow the code, it's good, but it's not good when you put it in the... So, seismic hazard earthquake models, you can do this. For example, ayan, if you look at this is happened in 1990.
Neighbor niya in Tagagupa, right?
What happened there? The sediments were loose. Okay, what happens, here's the hard rock, then you put a river or reclamation area, loose sediments, and you put the building on top. And everything happens, this whole thing moves. But the loose sediments will move faster. So if you have weight on it, it will sink like this. So, that's why I'm telling you don't buy property there in Goa. Okay? They're charging a lot. This is because what happened here. Alam niyo what's during the 1990 earthquake, there are gasoline stations there that had yung tanks underneath. It went to the surface because they were tinulak sila, no? So, yan po yung ang tawag yan po ay liquefaction. Ito yung liquefaction na tapos so bigger siya. Okay. Then ito, tsunami. This is modeling the tsunami from West. So tingnan nyo, delikado yung lahat ng mga areas na sa dagat. Kaya hindi pwede sa mababang lugar. Okay? Ngayon wala naman tayong volcano sa awa ng Diyos dito. Okay? Ito yung mga issues. For example, sa Bayon, hindi pa pwede magtayo yan. Kapag ng lahat sa kanang dapat close. So, seismic volcano. So, I'll just give you the example. Pag wala ka rin pag-landslides at saka coastal flooding. Okay. Okay. Then, pumunta po ito sa LGU. Itong fieldwork, itong ginawa ito, sa dito sa inyo. Ayan, number 1. Labrador, that's 2 years ago. Anong findings nila? Volcano, walang problema. Fault, meron daw within 2 kilometers. So, sabi mismo ng PBOX, hindi excluded si Pangasinan because of that fault. As long as you're within 2 kilometers of the fault itself. Para classic testing, okay, lahat. Asphalt can be mitigated with not decide. Ground shading can be mitigated by following the provisions. Liquefaction, low-lying. You will let build the low-lying, you will build it in high areas. Okay, earthquake with landslide, steep mountain, some areas can be mitigated to protect. Tsunami, low-lying coastal areas. So ganito po ang gagawin kapag magtatayo ng lututan dito. Susundin po yan. Sino magsacertify niyan? Si Pilato. So dapat ang magiging head of Pilato may maayos. So ito yung tapos ito yung process substation. So, okay, here is the map of Labrador, Pangasinan. Okay. So kung sa so itong babang lugar nahirap, pero sa part na ito pwede siya. Nandito yung fog na dumadaan, ito yung tinatawag na peak ground acceleration. So you can find places to build it safely and engineer towards it. So huwag matakot as long as science is followed and transparency is here. You demand transparency because you want your children to be safe in the future. Anyway, sinabi yung nuclear waste sa boreholes ilalagay. Okay. Ayan. Ito pala, no? Yung nuclear waste, babalutin mo ng material na bentonite. Bakit bentonite? Kasi bentonite, clay mineral, may crystal structure siya na layer, negatively charged. So, yung positively charged na cation, so na-trap doon. Sa Pangasinan is one of the most abundant bentonite deposits. Alam niyo yung silent deposit sa mga talan. Ang minimum niyan bentonite. Bibili na ako ng lupa dito bentonite. Anyway, yeah, mga talan. That's bentonite. It's a very important material, right? So, right. Anyway, ito yung program natin, marami na. Tapos na-approve yan yung 11 ng Congress. Ayan. Sa Congress naman gawa kami, ano? Akala ko may mapipirmahan. Kasi 20 years kong pinaglalaban yan. Tapos actually, hindi lang ng mga tao ng White House. Nandun si Congressman. Pero kiniklaim itong DOE na sila ng pagkora. Okay, kasi sila ang unang nagpalabas ng press release. Pero pinirmahan po yan sa September 18. Independent regulatory, sole authority with respect to energy and irrigation. Ito po yung mga sale and features niya. Okay, license application, temporary positive. So, licensing income, etc. etc. Ito yung mga convention sa kailangan masunod. Tapos ito, sabihin ko na sa inyo, part ito ng saklaw ng Pilato. Last year, may nahuling tao nagbebenta ng depleted uranium. Oh. Nahuli silang nagbebenta. Binibenta nila na parang platinum. May mga na-demo yata. So, kasi pareho ng density. So, nahuli po sila. Nung nahuli sila, ang batas natin, Republic Act 5207 of 1960, nakalagay doon, the punishment for illegal trafficking of this uranium is a fine equal to 10,000 pesos. Nung nalaman nung nahuli 10,000 pesos, 10,000 pesos lang, ay, gigikas ko na kayo yung piyansa ko. Yung bagong batas, iko, millions. At saka may preso. So kaya nga dapat i-implement kayo. Kung may problema kami pagdasal dito, kasi ito nangyayari pa lang, pinahuling container van galing sa atin na sa Indonesia na may decision 137. Ito yung mga tao. Anyway, hanggang dyan lang po yung ating story. Natagalan mo kang Mark. Pero gusto kong makita ninyo na number one, hindi basta-basta yung kaya maraming pag-aaral at saka ang safety guarantee pag maayos yung regulation. It's not just because Congressman Mark is such an avid fan. He put up the law to guarantee the safety of the time. So, kumalang po kayo, pero salamat po.
Before we continue, we'd like to acknowledge Mayor William D. Obugalion and his wife. Thank you.